Disclaimer, in case you come into this live, this is Lines from Let's Walk and Talk, where we drop nuggets. Hopefully you guys drop nuggets. We pick those nuggets up and we utilize those nuggets to the best of our abilities to see if they can work for us or the people we know and love. But that being said, we are licensed, okay, certified and registered over here. So we are not your healthcare team. We're not your healthcare provider. We do not assess, diagnose, treat, evaluate, or prescribe. We just drop nuggets, and we encourage you to find reputable sources, okay? Because every nugget doesn't apply to everybody. So we're generally speaking. So just join the walk and talk. Join the walk and talk. We're not your medical doctor, your nurse practitioner, your physician's assistant. We're not your specialty doctor. We're not your psychologist, your psychiatrist, your mental health therapist. We're not your occupational therapist, your physical therapist. We just walk and talk over here, okay? We walk and talk. Let's see. Good Lord, your Jamaican accent is simply intoxicating me right now. Thank you for joining live and thank you for being kind. I hope you had a wonderful week. I truly hope you had a wonderful week. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I hope that you guys have gotten up today. I hope that you have gotten up each and every day this week. And I hope that your plans are to continue to get up every day that the Lord allows, okay? And to get your walking in, your cardiovascular aerobic activity, all right? Get it in. Walk, walk, walk. If you can walk, okay, at a really good pace and you can talk too, that is a great sign of your fitness level. But guess what? If you walk and you cannot talk comfortably, don't do it. Don't do it. You don't have to talk, right? That's just one of the minor ways of seeing or trying to figure out, where you are on the fitness scale, okay? Hey, Shawanda. Hey, Shawanda. Hey, everybody, just passing through the YouTube streets. Just wanted to say hello. Hey, Shawanda. Where you going next? What's your next stop? Where is your next stop in these YouTube streets? Happy April to you. I know this is the middle of the month. This is what, April 17th. So I hope you guys got your taxes done. If you weren't able to get them done, I hope you got for an extension. And I hope you receive massive return. Okay? Okay, I got you. Is he live or is he about to go live? I hope that you got massive return. And if you had to pay taxes, I hope that means you had a very prosperous year financially. Okay? Okay? But anywho, anyhow, anyway, again, I hope that you guys have gotten up for at least 10 to 15 minutes, at least, the very least. I really do encourage you to move 30 minutes nonstop, right? But due to certain limitations, maybe you can't do that. Maybe you haven't exercised in a long time. So you want to take it easy. And you just want to maybe do 10 to 15 minutes. Think 15. And that way, hopefully, you'll at least get 10 done. I really want you to think 30, right? And that way, you'll get 20 done. I like to walk for an hour, okay? I like to walk for an hour. Oh, okay, I got you. I like to walk for an hour, to just look at things. You don't have to be like in a place where there's all this hype and all this noise and all the lights and glitz going on. Just get into a nice area, a nice park, your neighborhood, all right? Maybe even the strip mall, and just walk. Just walk. One step at a time, one foot in front of the other, just walk. Get your exercise in, okay? Get your cardiovascular aerobic, meaning you're using oxygen, okay? Get it in. We're going uphill, and we're going to walk up this hill, and we're going to talk up this hill, okay? Again, if you can't do that, that's okay. That is okay. You want to work your body, but make sure you don't hurt your body. We're at the top. We have reached the top of the hill, right? We've reached the top. We went all the way down and we came all the way up. We went all the way down and we came all the way up. So whatever you have done today, again, I hope that you have moved, gotten some cardiovascular in. Move those arms, move those legs, move your body. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. Move, keep moving. Keep moving. You don't have to keep up with your neighbor. Just move. You don't have to keep up with your sister, your brother, your friend, your kids, even your parents, right? Whatever pace is good for you, that is the pace you should be moving, okay? One step at a time, one foot in front of the other. Your left, 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 right, left, and figure out what cadence is good for you. Believe it or not, walking cadences, you figure out which ones work for you, they really can help you. Most of us walk to a cadence, okay? So figure out which walking cadence is for you. And be you. Be uniquely you. Don't go out here, because that's a lot of why I'm not on this app a lot anymore. You can't do anything unless somebody else decides to do it. And that's okay. There's nothing on this app that hasn't been done. There's nothing on this app that people aren't doing this every day that's the same. But when people start to say the same things that you say, and you know that they weren't saying what you said, and you see that it becomes a pattern, a habit, it makes you want to go into other apps and just get a new surrounding. Hey, One Crafty Sister. Hey, One Crafty Sister. Highline's Pride and Chat. How you doing? How you doing? I haven't been on here in a while because I've been doing some other stuff. But I do drop my shorts, and you know, y'all know, well, you don't know Crafty, One Crafty Sister, but I'm mostly a shorts channel. So I love dropping my shorts. Okay? I love dropping my shorts. So whatever you do, someone else is doing right now on this app. But try your best to be uniquely you, right? I'm like my grandparents. Whenever I'm talking about health and wellness, exercising, I say things in a way to relate, where I relate one thing to another as uniquely as I possibly can. Because one, people tend to get things better when you correlate things together, right? And when you correlate those things in a certain way, right? So I always say, keep moving, be consistent, and be persistent about being consistent, okay? Be persistent about being consistent. Consistency and persistency are both keys to your success, right? Sometimes you don't want to get up and move. Woo, you're like, not today. But listen, I'm not here to motivate you to move. I feel like people have to find self-motivation before they're really, truly dedicate themselves to doing the things that they need to do that are conducive to improving their health and fitness, right? Their cardiovascular health, right? Their respiratory health, their circulatory health, which relates to their cardiovascular health, your lymphatic health, your overall health, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. I appreciate you. Physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Because it's all about what? The heart, the mind, the body, the soul. So physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Okay? Sometimes, listen, you've got to look to God for your motivation first and foremost. Then yourself. And then you look to people who truly know and love you. Who truly know and love you. Now, anybody can motivate you. Anybody can motivate you. As you can be a motivation for anybody. Right? Somebody, maybe they've been thinking about doing this or doing that. They haven't done it. Or they start. A week later, they stop. They start and stop. Maybe them watching you do whatever it is. You know, working out. Cooking more at home. Once they hear you talk about the benefits of it. Whatever it is, it may motivate them to do it. So motivation is a good thing. But personally, I feel like motivation from God is first and key. Secondly, self-motivation. Self-motivation. All right? Self-motivation. And sometimes, I know, guys, we go through things and you can't find that self-motivation. So sometimes it is good if someone else can motivate you, okay? But don't allow people to disappoint you, okay? Don't allow people to disappoint you because you may not be able to find it in people. And the best motivation that you can find is motivation that just happens to fall in your lap. You could be scrolling on this app or any app and hear words that you needed to hear. You needed to hear, and that person doesn't even know you heard them. Okay? All right? Hey, Joshua Gabriel. How you doing, Joshua? How you doing? Haven't seen you in a while, Josh. I hope all is well with you. So the motivation can be found from anyone, anything, any situation, right? Just don't put all of your trust into finding motivation from someone. If you find it from someone, through someone, that's a good thing. Let me tell you something. I said that I don't seek to motivate people, but let me tell you what I do seek to do. If you find something motivational from what I say or do, that is great. But what I like to do, you've been busy? I know, Josh, but busy. It's encourage, okay? Encourage. Because once you become motivated, you're going to want to do what it is that you need to do, that you've decided that you want to do, that you have the desire to do. But sometimes, even with motivation, we slow down. We backslide. We said, oh, I ain't going to do it today. I want to be your encourager, push you to go forward again. So you've already gotten motivated. I hope to find you there so that when you slack off or when the motivation starts to fade, I want to encourage you to keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Joshua, have you been doing your afternoon videos? Have you been doing your art videos? If you're still here, I'm going to be on for another 5 minutes. Because it don't take all night to do anything, y'all. And then we're going to get out of here, okay? Y'all know I always here to do my cool down, right? And if I don't do a cool down, like I exercised earlier today, so even when I don't come on here to do my cool down, I still come on here and I take this opportunity to walk and talk with you guys, right? To walk and talk with you guys. So I want to appreciate and thank you, Joshua, One Crafty, Wanda, and Flex for coming in today and saying hello. Since I've been on, I've just been dropping shorts, right? And y'all know what I love to do. I love to walk and talk. That's why it's Let's Walk and Talk with Lions Pride, okay? That's why it is what it is. We don't do a lot of fancy things. But that being said, if you watch any of my shorts or just through watching me walk, remember, don't do anything that you hear me say or see me unless you consult your primary healthcare provider, your healthcare team, okay? Right? Let them know how you feel, right? You guys will come up with a plan, an exercise regimen, plan, routine, schedule that fits your personal schedule, okay? So you will come up with that. Once you come up with it, you implement it. You get moving and you keep moving. You get moving and you keep moving. Once you come up with that, right? One step at a time, keep moving. One foot in front of the other. Keep moving. Be the best you that you can be and meet you where you are. If you know you're not a track star, don't get out there and try and run a mile and you haven't trained. Even athletes train, right? Even athletes train, okay? You know you haven't exercised in a long time. Don't get up and say, well, I'm going to do 50 jumping jacks 30 push-ups, jump on the treadmill for an hour, all in one session? How about 15 jumping jacks, 10 push-ups, and 15 minutes on the treadmill, right? And there are so many ways you can get your cardiovascular activity in, okay? You can walk, right? Which is free. If you can walk, by the grace of God, that's free. Skip, hop, jog, run, right? Go swimming. Some people like to swim. Swim is really great on your joints. On your joints is great, right? Go swimming. Go to an indoor pool if it's too cold outside or if it's too hot outside. Sometimes it's too hot to be outside in the swimming pool, okay? So go to an indoor pool. Go to an outdoor pool, whichever one you prefer. If you live in an area where you can ski, and it's that time of the year, go skiing. Go mountain climbing. All right? Get some good boots on and get moving. Keep moving. Get moving and keep moving. Be consistent and be persistent about being consistent, okay? One step at a time. If you need a partner, get a partner who's going to be committed. Because if you get a partner who's not committed, it could slow you down. And you don't want to hinder your progress, all right? You don't want to hinder your progress. So get a partner who is going to be committed to move with you and to keep moving. Now, sometimes they may need a day off because they have an appointment or something comes up. You may need a day off. You have an appointment, something comes up. But if it gets to the point where you're not exercising because your partner is never ready, you need to what? Do it alone. Do it alone. Do it alone. Your partner may not be ready mentally yet. Right? So do it alone. Do it alone. You don't need anyone. You don't need an exercise partner. Most of the times we get a partner to keep us on track. But if the partner is slowing you down, you don't need a partner, right? If you're showing up and you're being present and your partner is not showing up, what do I want you to do? I want you to keep showing up for yourself. Keep being present. Keep moving. Keep showing up. Keep being present and keep moving. Keep moving. We're going to talk about some of the R words. Remember each and every day to get you a little bit of rest, right? I know sometimes we have schedules that keep us going. And I'm talking about aside from your nighttime sleep or your bedtime sleep. Find moments throughout the day to just slow down and get some rest. Rest, relax, relate, release. Okay? Hey, how y'all doing? Doing good. Hey, baby. He's just growing. He's ready to the street, but he's one. Hey, baby. Yeah, I had to watch that baby. His daddy had turned around. The little girl was looking, but listen, mommy and daddy, watch those kids. Watch them. Don't let them get out of your sight. You know, that being said, as they start to grow, we want to let them become worldly in a good way, independent in a good way, but keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on them. I think I kept an eye on mine too much, you know? But the world that we live in, and not just now, I'll say for the past 20 to 30 years, you've got to keep an eye on your kids. Keep an eye on your kids, okay? So yes. So I named about 15 things that you can do to get your cardiovascular activity in. Walk, jog, run, skip, hop, dance in place. Okay? Dance in place, walk in place. March. Pull those legs up and march. Okay? Go swimming. Get on your treadmill, your elliptical, your mini stepper, your walking pad. Grab your bike and ride around the neighborhood. Go to the park and ride. If you can go skiing, go skiing. Move those arms. Move them up, up, up. Move them out, out, out. Move them circles, circles, circles. Move those arms, move those legs. Keep moving. Keep moving. All right? Keep on moving. Just keep moving. One step at a time, one foot in front of the other. And notice the way you walk, okay? It greatly affects your joints, okay? It greatly affects the way you feel, okay? It impacts some of the way you may breathe. Focus on your breathing, okay? Pull in all that good O2. Belly breathe. Pull it deep, pull it deep. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. All right? And in and out. And always remember, it's not just about the physical, it's about the mental, the spiritual, and emotional. So, you want to exercise. Exercise. Release those feel-good endorphins. Help to keep that cortisol in check, right? The body needs cortisol, but it needs to stay in check, right? Help to keep that blood sugar regulated. Help to try to keep those vitals down, such as your blood pressure. Try to keep your heart rate where it should be. And depending on you and your fitness level, your vitals may be a lot different from the next person and still be within normal range or within normal range for you. So always focus on you. Don't worry about what the next person is doing. Okay? Now you can take nuggets and take cues and things like that. Maybe some of the things that work for them can work for you. But don't be disappointed if they don't. You're different people, okay? You're different people. Some of the things that work for your family members when it comes to your health and wellness may not work for you. Some of the things that work for you may not work for them, even though you are genetically related, biologically related. We're all still individuals, okay? So do what works for you. Start where you are and do the things that work for you that are conducive to you improving your health and fitness, to improving your stamina, your endurance, increasing your energy, okay? Do those things that work for you. It has been 24 minutes. I said 15, but hey, since we're so close to 30, why not 30? Why not 30? Remember the R words. Relax, release, relate to the things that you can, resolve the things that you can, remember who you were, who you are, who you would like to be, and pick out the best parts, okay? Refocus, recommit to some of the things that you used to do that you haven't done in a long time that were really good for you. Recommit to doing the things that you said that you would like to do, okay? Reestablish boundaries. Reestablish who you are. Reestablish where you want to be, who you want to be around. Remove things and people that mean you no good. Remove yourself away from those things and people and situations that mean you no good. Reestablish relationships that you may have injured, hurt, harmed, or maybe they injured, hurt, harmed you, but you want and you loved greatly. If you can, reestablish. If you can't, move on. Don't let it continue to boil. Find a way to deal with it and then suppress it. See, it's not good suppressing things. They say don't suppress things, right? That's absolutely right. Don't suppress things. But it's okay to suppress things after you have found adequate ways, healthy ways, mentally and physically, to deal with them and cope with them. Because for the things that have happened to you that can't change, or the things that you've done that you can't change, they will bother you. They will stir in the pit and rise up sometimes. So find ways, okay, to deal with them in a healthy way. That being said, guys, talked about some of the R words. Listen, respect, reassociate, okay? Reclaim the good that you feel like isn't there anymore, okay? Realize Realize that there's nothing wrong with change sometimes. Though some things may need to stay the same, there's nothing wrong with change. All right? And we talk about one more thing, that four-letter word, SELF, self. Self. Self-love, the importance of it. Self-motivation, the importance of it. Self-encouragement, self-esteem, self-respect, self-reliance, right? Self-improvement, okay? All right? Self-respect, self-worth, self-worthy. Right? I just gave you about 10 words that begin with self or prefix with self, okay? Right? That being said, I wish you guys well. I always wish you. And y'all know what that is. But before that, don't let bothered people bother you. Bothered people often bother other people. So don't let bothered people bother you. That's their goal. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. People who are bothered, oftentimes the joy that they find in bothering you is astronomical. Okay? Hey, the J Jordan. How you doing, Jordan? How are you? I like to share you out. Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate you. What you doing, Jordan? You've been traveling. You know you good for a good cruise. You've been traveling, Jordan. I know you've been doing your Monday bowling. I took a break around the holidays, and then I found some other apps that are really entertaining, that are just totally different, and you can make a coin. Okay? So I have been focusing on those, but guess what? There's something about this app that always draws you back. Even if not as much, it makes you want to come back and see the people you really enjoy seeing. It makes you want to come back and support the people that you really enjoy supporting. And it makes you want to come back and spend time with the people who really make it fun. Let's see. 2 cruises and you got 2 more this year. Go ahead on, Jordan. I don't blame you, Jordan. Do it. Jordan says, I am over here. Get it, Jordan. Listen. Do what you can, not what you can't. And if you can do it, cruise, okay? If that brings you joy, we were just talking about the R words. Realize the things that bring you joy. There are things that you used to do, things that you've been doing all your life, or some new things that can bring you joy. Realize those things that can bring you joy. Realize the things that truly make you happy, especially if they don't take much effort at all. Right? And even when they do take effort, if they bring you joy, remember those things. Another R word. Remember those things. Do those things. Relish in those things. Okay? So there are people on this app who I truly love. I enjoy being around, just communicating with them from time to time. So that's why I didn't just leave the app totally. That's why I just didn't leave it totally. But this app makes you work hard for the money. If that is one of your goals, this app makes you work harder for the money than a lot of other ones. And once people start to realize that, they'll realize how good some of the other places are. I enjoy your stories on here, Lantra. Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you. You're always supportive. You're always encouraging. You're always motivational. And you're always sharing in the things that you do. You know, I think sometimes people think I don't want to share. I share. That's why I talk. That's why I walk and talk. But I do get, a little perturbed sometimes when when I feel like someone is just doing some things and they're just not authentic. And I'm like, the things that I do, I don't have to hard when I'm on the app because it's what I enjoy doing. I might not have 100 people in the chat because I'm not going to have a drag fest. I'm not going to argue up and down, back and forth with people on an app, right? So if you notice, positivity gets pushed, but not near as well as much as negative stuff. If you're on here going in on somebody, cursing them out from left to right, north to south, east to west, from America to Timbuktu, you're going to get pushed. You're going to get pushed. But if you're on here engaging and enjoying things, you can be successful and you'll get pushed too. But Jordan, I bet you have noticed, and I know you don't hang around that type of content, so you might not. But you know, when you first come on the app, like most of us have been on here for years and years. But as far as being content creators, as far as engaging in chats, you know, sometimes you get into areas where you're like, oh, I didn't know this was going on. And you kind of, everything seems gravy. And then it gets crazy. And you realize that that's how it's always been. You just came in on a downside when they were being cool, right? And then you have those apps such as your channel, positivity, right? Uplifting, encouraging. Yeah, we're all doing the same thing, but you do it your way. Most of the times we all say the same things, but you say it your way. And we still get the gist of what's being said and what's being told and what's being encouraged. But you say it your way, you're unique. On this app, it is some of the most childish people I've ever seen in my life. 40 plus years old. It's like they can't do anything unless they just hijack your whole thing. And that's why I always make that post, because I have someone that just does that. So what I did was like, you know what? There are other places where it's just as much drama. And that's not really a lot of drama. So you're going to have your drama, you're going to have your good stuff, and you're going to have your headaches, the stuff that just kind of annoys you. So you're going to have that everywhere. So I try to stay away from the real big drama. But you still encounter those people who kind of just give you the pettiness sometimes. But what I really thoroughly enjoy is the positive. And that's your channel. You're out there, you get support, and guess what? You show appreciation. You don't have to do the things that you do. They don't really push you on positive. Right. The songs, you make the songs for people. You let them know that you appreciate them. You know, you're not constantly, hit my cash app. Hit that super chat. Don't you see it? You know, you're not doing that stuff. In fact, you probably put more money into your app than you receive. I don't know that to be the case, but when I see that, I can tell that you probably do. The music, the time. You go out of your way to make songs for people, to show your appreciation. You see that? Thank you so much for the kind words. You do. You go out of your way. You're not on here asking, help me pay for this. If y'all don't help me pay for this, I'm not coming on tomorrow. That kind of stuff is like, really? Really? So it's like I don't come on as much. But I'm probably going to start back coming on regularly about 3 to 4 days a week. If not more. Because y'all know I exercise every day, right? So probably if not more. But I do really, I've always been a shorts channel. So, you know, just being on other apps, going into other areas, I haven't been doing as many shorts. But I have a whole lot of them to drop. I want to see y'all do great. Yes. And you show it. You don't just say it, you show it. You show it. There's not one thing on this app that only one person is doing. I think sometimes people get that misconstrued. They think, you don't want anybody to do. No. I just want people to be them. If you be yourself, you'll feel a lot more comfortable. Because guess what? You won't feel the need to keep trying to keep up with somebody else. You cannot compete where you don't compare. And sometimes when you're doing that, you can't even compete because you can't compare or you don't have the particular knowledge. You got your own knowledge, you have your own resources, but sometimes you just don't have the knowledge. I wouldn't get on here and try to compete with somebody who's a physical therapist, who gets people back together after they've had surgery, a respiratory therapist who gets people back. But I am in medicine. And there are some things that I know a lot of people don't know. And it kind of bothers me when I hear them repeat some of the stuff I say. That has always bothered me. Because before I said it, they weren't saying it. That's why I try to keep it simple. I try to say things that you can simply Google and find. Just Google it. You'll find it. But you've got to make sure that it's a reputable source, okay? Yep, we do. And then even your bowling. Like, people just don't realize, like, that's why I always say there are so many things you can do. Walking is just one of the free things you can do. It's like the be all right now, but walking, and I encourage everyone to do it. But you can walk, You can jog. I don't jog on here because I don't want to tear my phone up. You can run. You can sprint. Okay? You can grab the kids, your family, the neighbors, their kids, and play a game of flag football, soccer, baseball, twice a month or once a week for whoever can make it. There's so many things you can do that's free. You can play badminton. You can do a lot of stuff. If you're in an area where you can go skiing, you can do that. Get you some cardiovascular aerobic activity in. You can get on your bike, ride around your neighborhood, ride around your local park. Your stationary bike, your elliptical, your treadmill, your walking pad, your mini stepper. You can walk in place. You can march in place. You can dance in place. You can clean up and clean up, add a little speed to it the way when you clean up. If it's cleanup day, don't take your time. Put a little speed onto yourself. There are so many things that you can do to try to increase your stamina, your endurance, and your energy. All I ask is that you know your body. Know where you are. Don't overdo it. Don't do too much. And that's why I always come up with different little sayings. And when I hear other people start to repeat things I know that I made up, that does bug me. I'm only human. I can't say it doesn't. But I want them to do their thing. We're all going to exercise. We all need to. You better. I hope you will. But I think people are so caught up in trying to do well on the platform that they just take whatever they can. Take cues, take tips, but just don't become a duplicate, okay? Don't become a duplicate. Because when you become a duplicate, what makes it different? I love watching you bowl. I love it when you're boxing. I almost bust my tail trying to skate the other day. Listen, Jordan, that's another one, skating. I name about 15 things you can do that's free. But you do want to be careful. You want to be mindful. Because that skating will get you. Jordan, when I go skating, now I'm not going to go skating on here. Because when I go skating, I'm padded down. I'm padded up and padded down. But it doesn't matter how many pads I have on. If I fall and I'm not on here, who cares? But when you fall on social media, let me tell you, it's always going to be somebody who's going to catch it. And the way these grown people are on here, they're going to screenshot it. And it can be funny, but sometimes people don't know when to stop. If you don't hurt yourself. It can be funny if you don't hurt yourself, but sometimes people don't know when to stop. They should give you credit if they use your stuff, at least. Exactly. And that's just my thing. I know, listen, I have a license, certification, and registration. I'm a personal trainer, but I'm also licensed and registered in other healthcare positions. Okay? So when I hear stuff that I know that a certain person or people haven't been saying, and then they don't even come into your chat anymore, it would be different if they came into your chat. And it's not like you had a falling out. They just stopped coming to your chat. Because, see, this is what sometimes people poach. They poach for people, or they poach for content, or they poach for language. They poach for things to go back and use. That's fine. It's okay to get tips. But I come up with things that I don't hear other people say for a reason. Because if we're all exercising, a lot of us are exercising, which is great, motivational, encouraging. We don't want to hear each other say the exact same thing every day. Because, we're going to say a lot of the same stuff. And that's why I said, to make it a little different, I'll do the way my grandparents used to do. Jordan, you know how grandparents are. They'll say some things and it'll make you wonder when you were a kid, you're like, huh? But as an adult, you understand what they're saying. So I always come up with my own little sayings. And that's how I know when somebody's been over here poaching my channel. Because they've never said it before. And after I say it, the next thing I hear them saying it. I'm like, wow, really? Are you serious? That's why I'm always like, work your body. Make sure you don't hurt your body. Work your body. Don't overexert your body. I ain't heard nobody say that. It's a little jingle, a little song. But people be peopling. So my thing is, if we're all going to be just like areas, like different, some people call them sectors, some people call them communities on the app. Different communities often do, that's just like T channels. They have content about things and other people. Celebrity news. Some channels are like they're based on, putting out the news. Even though we see it, they want to make sure they put it out. Some people are based on racing cars, preparing, fixing cars, cooking. If everybody who's in that particular community area of the app are saying the exact same thing all the time, that's just like being a Stepford wife. What makes it, you'll get bored easily. You'll get bored easily. Let's see. Yeah, they should give you credit. That's why I always give you credit. I'm like, look at Jordan. He over there. He over there boxing. He over there boxing. Does that mean I can't box? No, but I'm going to give you credit. Does it mean I started boxing because you did? No. But if I'm boxing and I know you do that a lot, and we are supposed to celebrate each other, I'm going to go there and check out Jordan. He's over there bowling right now. He's over there boxing. Jordan's over there jumping on the trampoline. It doesn't matter that I do it. And I don't always have to give the person credit each and every day, but I can be supportive. I can be supportive. And I don't have to try to poach everything that you say, every word that you use, every technique that you use. But what I can do is I can say, oh, Jordan did this on the trampoline and it kept it from being boring. So let me find a different way. But I'm not necessarily going to just do everything that you do, because that's going to make it boring for the people, the same people who are watching us. The lady was in her car just looking at me about to fall. Jordan, Jordan, listen. She was just looking, and I bet you she was waiting. And I'm glad you didn't. But if you had, she was going to snap it. Yes, they write your stuff down, because I will never remember that. Yeah, they do, Jordan. They do. Some of them do. They write it down. They will write your stuff down. And if it's something really simple, maybe they'll remember it. And it's like I don't get upset about everything, but I do get upset about the things that I went out of my way to say, how can I get this across to them, to maybe even help my channel, to make YouTube say, okay, she's walking too, she's talking, but she's saying this kind of stuff. She's talking about health and fitness, everybody is, but she says this. Anything can trigger the algorithm, right? Anything can trigger the algorithm. So it's not to say you don't do the same things. This is the world that we live in. We've got to do a lot of the same things for this world to function. You can't just have one mechanic in the world. You can't just have one mechanic on YouTube talking about what he does. He may not have all the information that you may be looking for. That is the good in the app. You can't just watch one person talking about fitness. Their level may be A level, and you may need to hear someone who's on a level D, a level H, a level Z. You may need to hear someone who's all about fitness. That's their career. And that's why I always give a disclaimer. And I say, don't do the things that you see me do over here unless you have consulted your primary healthcare provider. I try to keep it as light as possible. Just some low resistance and basically walking. Low resistance. Thank you guys for the thumbs up, and basically walking. Hey, Azrael. Azrael says, hey, sis, YouTube even clip it out right of nowhere. Oh my gosh, yes. Jordan, that would have been the thing they clipped. That would have been the thing they clipped. Had you done that, had you fallen while skating, that would have been the very thing they clipped. And there's always somebody watching to see you fall or slip up or do something that they can clip. How you doing, Azra? I just woke up from sleep. Azra, I'm about to get out of here. You're just waking up. You're just waking up, little bro. I'm glad to see you. But yes, Jordan, so it's like I took a break around the holidays, because I usually will take a break during the summer or around the holidays, one or the other or both. And sometimes you just take a break. And sometimes when you take a break, it doesn't mean that you're not exercising or you're not cooking or whatever it is that your channel is about. Whatever your niche is. It just means you need a break from the app. And so I came back a couple of times around, February, March. And then I've just been like, there are some other things though. I don't know if you know, but there are other apps. And if being financially successful is a goal, sometimes it's a little bit easier in other places. It's hard work now, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's a little bit different and it's more refreshing. So I'm about to get out of here, guys. I've gone over the R words. I've gone over some R words. We went over self-love, self-motivation, self-dedication, self-determination, self-esteem, self-control, self-reliant, okay, self-aware, all right? Did I say self-respect? I think I said a lot of selves. Self-worthy. Okay? Have a great night over there, Lions Pride. Thank you, Jordan. You too. And you know I'll definitely be coming over there to check you out. Even when I don't catch you every day, or if I don't catch you every week, I'm going to share out something because you're always putting out positive. You're always putting out the positive and positivity. And on that note, guys, I already said, don't let bother people bother you. Don't let stress people stress you out. Try your best to find ways to deal with those stressful, bothersome, petty people, places, things, and situations, okay? So I wish you all peace, positivity, and prosperity. What I always say, without peace, there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever negativity and chaos roam around, play together, love on each other, it could cause you to fail to prosper. I won't say that it'll cause you to fail, but it could. It could interfere with your prosperity. Okay? So I wish you peace, positivity, and prosperity so that you can walk purposefully, peacefully into your purpose. And I'll see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk in Lions Pride. All right. What's tomorrow? Saturday? It might be Saturday. I'm not sure. Who knows? Bye, y'all. Yeah. You know what? I think I will. If it's not raining, but y'all know I will walk in the rain. Okay? And it is allergy season, so it would be a good time for me to walk like right after the rain or during the rain. Yes. As those allergens are being washed away. At least for the short term, they'll be washed away. Because you know, these allergens kick my butt during the spring, y'all. Bye, y'all. Be careful over there. Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate you so much. I'm about to take it in. I'm about 10 steps from taking it in. See you later, bro. Thank you.